everyone. My name is Destiny Smith, and today I'm joined by Jeff Neville from Amazon. Jeff, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, pleasure.
So the first question that I have for you is, would you be able to tell us a little bit more about your company and the role that you have here?
Yeah, so high level, Amazon, a company, kind of the everything company, if you will. Get involved in a little bit of everything these days. Been with it for 11 years now. So I was a college hire. Came in right out of Purdue. I was an aerospace engineer and management student. Initially, I took the interview to get a tour because I thought it'd be fun, and I've been here ever since. Now, there's a lot of sides of the business, but really what my specialty is operations, what I'm mostly talking about today. And now my job, so as general manager here, so I run MCO1. It's the AR sortable facility in Lake Nona, supplying primarily Central Florida. And as general manager, kind of my role is quite frankly, I'm kind of the mayor of a small town. So you have thousands of associates, a significant salaried staff, support staff. And my job as the general manager is to make sure it all works, to make sure everyone's taken care of, make sure, we have a safe, high quality, taking care of our customer environment.
That's awesome.
The operation runs.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what are the specific skills that your company is looking for in potential hiring candidates? So we're kind of shifting now for the IB students here.
So really it's, we hire from, especially from university point of view, from all backgrounds. We have people from every degree you could imagine. So it's not necessarily one specific thing, right? It's not just you have to be an engineer, you have to be a business student. At Amazon, it's really looking for builders. It's looking for people who we say work backwards. So start with the customer, look at a problem from their point of view, and then work backwards to solve it. So what are the skills you need to do that? Like you need to have some analytical skills, right? Understanding how to use data is critical. We have more data than you could ever imagine about our processes. And it's a skill that we know not everyone will have, so we teach. So how do you even show the ability to have some proficiency so we can even add on top of that? But leveraging that is huge. And then you have to know how to lead a team of people, and you have to be comfortable putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, especially as a university hire who might not have experience leading people. This was my first job out of school. I had zero experience leading a team of people. I had no skills there. I had to learn it. And it's something that really what we're looking for is people who want to learn, who are comfortable putting themselves in uncomfortable positions to challenge themselves and push themselves. To grow and to be like that big leader.
That's awesome. That's really good to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So my next question is, would you go to a platform like LinkedIn to find people with the background you're looking for? And how important is a LinkedIn profile in your guys' hiring process?
Yeah, Karen. So the recruiters 100% use it.
Okay.
For a university, it's one of the avenues, but also they're going to be on campus. There's postings, there's notifications. As we come out of the COVID world where a little bit was a lot virtual, the guys like me are on campus pretty often. I think I was at UCF 4 times last week for events between MBA and undergrad courses. So there's a mix of things. Just keeping an eye out for postings. The number one posting people are going to look out for is area manager. Is the primarily job most university hires are going to. But yeah, like having that LinkedIn profile doesn't hurt, right? It's a good representation of some of the skills you've had, some of the background you've had. Understanding that you're not going to have, if you're an undergrad student, you're probably not going to have a wide, vast depth of experience. That's okay. We're not necessarily looking for that. We know you won't have that, but we want to see what have you done in the experiences you've had that shows you're kind of have that builder mentality, that owner mentality, and you make the best of whatever situation you're in.
That's awesome. That's good to know. Thank you. I know it's really important for us at the College of Business at UCF to have a LinkedIn profile. So it's always good to know, So are there any other important things that students who are interested in working for your company could do when it comes to getting the interview and getting hired?
Yeah, it's no matter what you're doing, be able to show results, right? So if you're leading a club, show us how you drove membership, show us how you drove impact, right? If let's say you're running a sustainability group, how have you drove impact in the community? How have you, whatever situation you're in, understanding the scope is not going to be the same as in a fulfillment center like this, right? We know that, we expect that, but you need to show impact in whatever it is. If you can do it with things like analytics, that's great. But again, we know not everyone's going to have that skill set. So how have you developed people? How have you developed processes? How have you made, if you had, a job at the bookstore. Like, so I worked at the campus bookstore, right? One of my stories as I got hired in was how I rearranged the inventory to make it more efficient as we did buybacks at the end of the semester. So we saved a lot of money. You know, that's coming from my 12-hour-a-week job at the campus bookstore. Whatever you're doing, show impact. It's not about specific skills necessarily, because we know we have a way of doing things. So we're going to teach you what we need from you when you get here. And we have a pretty in-depth program to teach the skills that you need to be successful at Amazon long-term. But coming in, it's really all about just showing impact with whatever skills and whatever talents you have. Because again, we do a lot, and there's if I only had engineers, I wouldn't be successful. If I only had integrated business students, I wouldn't be successful. I need a diversity of thought, a diversity of experiences to come together. And then we teach the skills you need to be successful here, but those other skills are incredibly valuable, you know, in terms of even how we build our leadership team. It's not just university hires, military hires, internal promotions, industry hires. You bring all these different people together, and that's what makes a great team. So what I try to tell people is, don't be so worried about the skills you have right now, because it's not about the skills you have right now. It's about demonstrating the aptitude and the capacity to take on more. Because like 11 years ago, I would have never thought I had the skills that I had. Like, I'm a shy introvert. No one believes me. I can get in front of hundreds of people and talk for an hour.
Yeah.
They have to stop me. But I've learned that skill of how to be comfortable and how to find my voice, right? And it's very important for me to look for people who might not have that one skill you're looking for only, because then you almost limit yourself, right? You're not being inclusive. You want to almost find those people that might have those skills you didn't know you need to have until you know you needed it. If that makes sense. So yeah, I wish I could, not the best answer to your question. Sorry, it's not like one skill, but it's just show me the ability to learn and show me the passion for learning, because you're going to learn a lot here. We're going to, you know, we have grown and we've done the things we've had because we have really smart, hardworking people who push themselves to do better. And a passion for learning is, if I had to answer it, passion for learning is a really good one to kind of wrap all that together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that. So how helpful is it for a job candidate to have at least one internship on their resume?
Yeah, it can't hurt, right? It's a good thing. It shows, again, now, if you have an internship and all you can talk about is a job description, okay, what did you do with it? But if you were with a company for 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it was, tell me why what you did mattered, right? So, you know, I was primarily engineering. So a lot of my internships were in engineering fields, completely irrelevant, no people leadership to what we did here. But I could describe the impact I had in all of those. Like, my first year, I was actually construction engineering management. So I did a project working on luxury boxes of the new football stadium being built in Chicago at the time. Next couple, I did some things in aerospace, vastly different, but I could speak to the impact I had in every one. It wasn't just I came in, I did a job. It's I came in, I learned, and I attempted to add value at the level I could. So it's really about what did you do with it? Because it's just as valuable to be able to have a job that summer, right? Or to work or whatever you're doing. For me, and what I look for when I talk to undergrads and when we're helping to recruit undergraduates, it's really all about just how did you make the best of whatever situation you're in, knowing not everyone's going to be able to have that same path. But yeah, an internship is a great way to do that.
Okay, awesome. So that actually leads into my next question is, do you take past unrelated job experience into account when hiring? And I know you've kind of hit on that a little bit with how you said you're an engineer, but
we have people from all over who are all different backgrounds, be it, you know, just in my leadership team, I have people who have run restaurants, people who were police officers, people who are engineers, people who are scientists. I have a PhD in biology who came in. You know, we know there's value in all backgrounds, and there's not like one stereotypical area manager, if you will. So yeah, we definitely look for people of all careers. And again, it's what have you done in it that shows you're caring about whatever your customer is or whoever your customer is at that path, and that you're making impact in that field.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to interviewing with your company, is there anything you recommend the candidate should do or should not do in the interviewing process?
Like, number one, it's be yourself. You have to find your voice. And I know that's hard. Like, I did not have mine coming right out of school. It's something that I think everyone kind of struggles with and figures out. There's some people say if the STAR method helps you as a way of organizing your thoughts, great. But really, you just got to be yourself. You have to come across as authentic because you get those 30, 45 minutes to make an impression on someone, right? And really what I'm looking for is this person someone that's gonna drive impact in the operation? Are they gonna grow into the role?
Mhm.
Are they showing me the aptitude to do more, knowing that they haven't done a job at this level yet? Things to avoid, yeah, don't overthink it. Like the number one thing, and this is at all levels, is people go to interviews and they just get in their head and they think they have like the story perfectly written out. Some people can do that and do it well. I cannot. I'm one who kind of has the narrative in my head a little bit, and I can tie it together naturally.
Mhm.
The other thing that would help is, listen, we have our Amazon leadership principles. They're commonly available online. If you just look for Amazon leadership principles, speak to those, right? How are you learning and being curious? How are you thinking big? How are you showing customer obsession? How are you going to help us be the Earth's best employer? How are you going to help us be, the global impact we need to have on the environment? There's a list of them. We have them. There's things we really do live by. So when we talk about each other, like in performance review time, we're talking in these terms. When we talk in one-on-ones, hey, I really need you to think on bias for action this month. I need you to work on learn and be curious, but you're doing great at, have backbone and disagree and commit. The leadership principles are a nice way to tie whatever you've done to our language. So you speak our language a little bit. But yeah, like it's overthinking is the worst thing you can do. And just not being yourself. Like you need to come across as your authentic self and show us why you're right for the role.
That's awesome. And I didn't know about the leadership principles that you guys had. So that's really good to know. I'm sure that'll be helpful for a lot of students. So my final question is, has your company hired any UCF integrated business students in the past or graduates?
So this is what I need to do a better job of. I need to start tracking because I've been talking to a couple of the professors' courses for a couple of years now. I believe yes. I know in my building alone, I've had a significant number of UCF grads this year, and a lot of them are from the business school, both undergrad and graduate. But I need to do a better job of actually tracking that myself. So I believe so, but I can't tie a degree to name right off the top of my head. Sorry.
I'm sure, but no worries at all. Okay, well, thank you so much. That's all the questions that I have for you today. The last thing I was going to say is that if there are any students that want to get connected with you guys and get a career with you guys, how would they do that right now?
Yeah, so there's a handful of ways, right? So some basic ways, like look at careers.amazon.com. We have postings, look for area manager Orlando. Keep an eye out with your career center. We're there pretty consistently. I've been going to integrated business classes as much as I can. So anytime a professor invites me, I come. I assume you're more than welcome to put my LinkedIn information attached with this and just reach out. Like my job is here. I'm running the Orlando site. I want to recruit Orlando talent who wants to stay in Orlando. I want to get to know you guys before you come in here. I want to give you a realistic preview of what do you do here. I love what I do. I've been doing it for 11 years for a reason. And anything I can do to help that, I'm more than glad to. So kind of a mix of a bunch. Recruiters should start to be back on campus, I believe, in the next year for more events. And yeah, we have a presence. Just reach out, but I'm glad to talk.
Thank you so much for joining me again today, Jeff. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to all the students that are going to be working with you in the future. So
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Thank you.